welcome back, Foxy Games UK new and existing subscribers. It is Tuesday, June 16. June. We are halfway through June. What a crazy month it has been already. But today we're not doing crazy. Today we're talking about new PS5 details. Naturally, you'd expect Sony to be doing the obligatory pre-launch run-up interviews about the company's plans regarding next-gen gaming. And, well, did you know PS5's digital event generated more video views than PlayStation's last E3 and PS4's reveal? That's right, sourced via VGC.com. So Sony surpassed its own metrics as the PS5 reveal event amassed more than 80 million combined views, which is double PS4's first E3, which is about 40 million, and significantly higher than PS4's own reveal event, around 53 million, or PlayStation's most recent E3 showing in 2018, which amassed around 55 million. Now, the figures based on YouTube views from official PlayStation content demonstrate the huge demand for new information on Sony's next-gen console. They are also really indicative that PlayStation can still generate significant engagement and without a physical presence at E3, which the platform holder has declined to attend for the past 2 years. This year's E3, though, was eventually cancelled due to the ongoing pandemic. In its first 4 days, last week's official PS5 livestream video had generated more than 17 million views across 6 language versions. In comparison, PS4's 2013 PlayStation meeting was viewed 3 million times, and its E3 2018 showcase was viewed around 2.4 million times. So the PlayStation hardware reveal video is now PlayStation's second most viewed video ever at 22 million, behind only PS4's 2013 reveal video, which sits at 37 million. But of course, PS4's reveal video has had 7 whole years. Across official console platform YouTube channels, only Xbox's Minecraft Village update video, 35 million, and Nintendo's trailers for Switch, 43 million, Super Mario Odyssey, 41 million, Switch parental controls, I know, yep, 36 million, a lot of concerned parents out there, and another for Super Mario Odyssey, 32 million, have been viewed more times than PS5's hardware video. Now, according to market intelligence firm DFC, interest for PlayStation 5 has far exceeded rival Xbox Series X, which kicked off a month event series in May with an independent games-focused showcase. Here's a quote. The latest DFC intelligent forecasts have the PlayStation 5 outselling the Xbox Series X by a significant margin, the firm said in a note. They went on to say Sony has big advantages that include better marketing and distribution, and a larger built-in audience, and of course, exclusive games. Now, you may be pleasantly surprised to learn more than half of all games shown during the PS5 reveal event / games showcase were using real-time ray tracing and running in native 4K. Pretty incredible stuff. And in other PS5 news, sourced via friends of Foxy Games UK, the ever-dependable PlayStation Universal PSU.com, the headline reads, Sony says PS5 lineup is the biggest in PlayStation history. In history. Let that sink in for a few seconds. Okay, we good? Good. Now, since around June 12 or 13, I kind of teased some of this stuff via Twitter at FoxyGames_UK. Go follow, stay informed. That Sony were being pretty coy with everybody. It said there would be less big budget Sony games on PlayStation 5, instead focusing on quality over quantity, which is a noble thing indeed, but there's always a but, isn't there? And yet Sony have tons of big PS5 exclusives in development you still don't know about. In fact, Eric Lempel, PlayStation's head of global marketing, has revealed that the PS5 lineup is by far the biggest in the brand's entire history. Speaking on the latest PlayStation blog podcast in wake of the PS5 game showcase last week, Lempel name-checked a number of titles, including Gran Turismo 7 and RATCHET and CLANK Rift Apart, as examples of long-running franchises that are continuing for its next-generation console. Here's what Lempel had to say. This is by far the biggest lineup we have ever had in the history of PlayStation. We're so fortunate that we have so many beloved titles and characters that people have grown up with over the years. I'm amazed at how well our studios are delivering against the launch timeframe. Today you saw really big, well-established franchises that people have known for years, such as Gran Turismo and Ratchet and Clank. Then you're seeing somewhat new franchises making an appearance on PlayStation 5, like with our big closer, Horizon 2 Forbidden West. Then we have one of our favourites, which is Marvel's Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Miles has become such a beloved character, people are absolutely obsessed with him, and now you're going to get to play him on PlayStation 5. Now, just to add, putting known PS4 and 5 IP aside, Sony have at least 9 new PlayStation 5 titles coming to the platform, which is very reassuring to know. I'm sure you'll agree. Now, right at the start of the PS5 event, CEO and President Jim Ryan really trolled us with Grand Theft Auto 5. Make no mistake, that was troll-worthy. Now, some people were a bit bemused as to why they would promote a 7-year-old game on 2020 hardware and open the show with it. Well, there's method behind Sony's madness, for it has major plans for PlayStation 5 involving Rockstar Games. I think I told you in a Foxy Games UK video that something was going on between Sony and Rockstar well before the PS5 event. I just couldn't go into any detail at that time. Now, regarding this partnership, we are talking a big money deal here. Hence why Jim Ryan gave Rockstar's 2013 Grand Theft Auto 5 game so much airtime. Now, for the time being, expect a re-release of Grand Theft Auto 5 on PS5, Xbox Series X and PC. Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto 5 Online Enhanced Edition is rumoured to include 60 frames per second gameplay, though I'm told that might be reserved for online only. Add 4K/HDR graphics, improved level of detail, increased geometry, increased traffic/NPC density, high quality global illumination, added items, vehicles, guns, increased online player counts, added music to radio stations. You get the drift. All of which may just entice lapsed gamers to revisit Los Santos in all its next-gen glory. That should be enough to tide gamers over until the next big Grand Theft Auto game. Now, here's what Jim Ryan said at that event. The Rockstar Games and PlayStation partnership continues. A subtle hint. Hashtag Grand Theft Auto 6. Great things are happening. Stay informed. So, how are we enjoying the video so far? Drop a like, hit subscribe. If you're looking forward to next generation gaming as much as I am, then don't you dare miss a beat. Hit that notification bell. It really is as simple as that. Now, I kind of want to talk about the PS5's potential pricing strategy. After all, Sony introduced 2 SKUs, a physical and digital only version of the console, and people often ask me which version of PS5 I plan on getting. Well, it's a no-brainer really, particularly if you follow this channel and if you follow me on Twitter. Digital or physical? Let me put it this way. The PS5 design is just too damned sexy not to want to slot a disc into its perfectly formed curves. Indeed, long-serving video game analyst channel Digital Foundry seem to be under the impression PS5's price point could be a bit more expensive than you think. Here's a quote. Not announcing price point at the PS5 event is like storing up bad news. So says Richard Ledbetter. Me, I'm not so sure. Sony are just playing cat and mouse with Microsoft, isn't it obvious? I'm pretty sure Sony know, really for themselves, the price they'd like to sell you one of these bad girls. It largely depends on how Microsoft price the lower tier Xbox Series S and premium model Xbox Series X. I'm sticking with what I've been saying for over a year now. $499 for the premium PS5 and $449 for the digital model. And in the UK that probably falls into the £449 range and $399. But hey, again, this may not be the case, particularly since we have no clue as to Xbox Series pricing models. But both platform holders have entry models and services really to absorb any potential losses on the hardware. I've spoken about this before in many videos, so I wouldn't be too overly concerned about either of these platforms' price. Interestingly, former Xbox marketing chap Albert Pinello has said, and I quote, "No way PS5's price will be over $499 US. Even Penello has caught the PS5 bug, as speculation continues to grow over how much Sony's next generation console will cost. So, just last week Sony unveiled a slew of titles for the PS5, including Gran Turismo 7, Resident Evil Village, Ratchet & Clank A Rift Apart, Horizon Forbidden West, and Spider-Man Miles Morales. We also got our first look at the console's design too. And as I mentioned earlier in this video, Sony has confirmed it will launch 2 versions of the system at launch, a digital only SKU and a regular model featuring a 4K Blu-ray disc drive. Now if you ask Sony, well, Sony aren't quite ready to tell yet, and for reasons I have already pointed out, though what Sony are willing to say is quite telling in itself. Now I'm a firm believer in connecting the dots, reading between the lines and really following the rabbit hole just to see how far down it goes. Sourced via GameSpot. Sony is focused on PS5's value, not the price tag. While Sony still hasn't priced its next generation console, PlayStation boss Jim Ryan says it's a delicate balance between price and value. And you probably noticed it kind of stood out like a sore thumb. One of the biggest omissions from Sony's recent PlayStation 5 reveal event: what early adopters can expect to pay for the console when it launches during holiday 2020. Now everyone is wondering what the PS5's price will be, and according to PlayStation boss Jim Ryan, the company is working hard on balancing the price but is prioritizing value ahead of its final cost. In an interview with British broadcaster the BBC, Ryan noted the gaming industry's resistance to periods of recession, but ensured that Sony was working on the right value proposition or the value equation for PS5. Here's a quote. Conventional wisdom and history show that our business is one of the more recession-proof businesses, but I think this will sharpen our need to ensure that we focus on getting the value equation right and emphasize value as opposed to price. Now, following the reveal of 2 PS5 consoles with the PS5 Digital Edition omitting the disc drive, Ryan was asked whether this would constitute a major price difference, to which he stood firm on the notion that it was done simply to offer choice to players. Here's what he had to say. You're not going to hear about anything on price yet, but many of our consumers are purchasing solely digitally these days. We thought that we would do what we typically try and do, and simply offer choice. Now, online retail giant Amazon previously listed the PS5 with a staggering price of over $700 prior to Sony's event, before the retailer removed them and apologized for the error. As for Microsoft, well, Microsoft also has not discussed pricing for its Xbox Series X and is reportedly working on their own alternative to their next-gen console, Series S. Well, that's that then. Both companies playing wait and see. So, I was going to talk about the PlayStation 5 user interface, but remembered I had already done so a few videos ago. Though in terms of actual hardware form factor, it seems some of you would prefer a black PS5, and I guess some of you would prefer a blue, red, maybe pink PS5. Well, PS5 could be the most customizable console that has ever been made by Sony. You've seen that white plastic flexible chassis that envelopes the PS5. How about taking that off and putting custom designs on? After all, the covering is only a wrap. I can see people laser printing or sculpting their own unique designs, or you could just buy one from Sony. Remember, I also told you DualSense has many accessories. Well, that's all she wrote, folks. Though let me leave you with this final thought. Some of these Xbox to PlayStation bandwagon jumping YouTubers, many seemingly so thoroughly support. Just remember, they may not mention me by name, but they know they get most of their PS5 news from me, and I'm not going to make that easy for these charlatans to capitalize off me anymore. A lot of changes coming in how I share information. Think of it as Foxy Games UK's own smart delivery. Stay informed, stay tuned. What say you? Go ahead, sound off, share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video, but let's continue the discussion cordially in the comments. And for all your current and next-gen news updates, rumour and rampant speculation, hit the like button, spread the word, and Keep it locked to Foxy Games UK. Remember, relevant links where applicable can be found in this video's description. Subscribe to Foxy Games UK. Remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content. Thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon. A link in this video's description is available. Appreciate the support. That concludes our time together today. Certainly great hanging out. Until the next video, remember, play games, not corporations.